Everybody, good morning. How y'all doing? It's like 10 minutes to 12, so I might as well say good afternoon. Y'all like my hair? I braided my hair last night, which it took almost an hour to do because it's like when you're tired, it's the end of the day and you're just now doing your hair. It's like you don't have much energy, so I was just going off the little energy I got. I'm gonna finish the rest of my hair today because the back of my head is still out. But I am so freaking happy because one, I got two things I want to tell y'all. I finally get to go food shopping. Oh my God, it took me forever to be able to get my money. Two, I wanted to have like this deep talk with a lot of peoples about how expensive kids are. So I kept saying to myself, if I knew then what I knew now, about where to go for kids and like where to go to shop for kids, whatever, how cheap the stuff can be if you look in the right places. I didn't have the resources that I have now back then. I didn't know where to go to get things for cheaper prices because no one wanted to tell me. One thing I hated about certain peoples out here is because when they saw me have my two kids, instead of them being up in our faces and ask me questions about them, they could have helped me look for certain places, good places to go to shop for kids, because back then it was just me taking care of my kids and I was struggling. And this is way after my grandmother passed away. I was struggling with a low income with two kids. And I did not know all the good places back then. But then again, it's like the Bronx is always the last borough to get everything. We didn't have much variety back then. And back then, it's like stores was closing down, new stores was building up, but it was more expensive than the ones that was closing down. And then as far as dollar stores goes, we didn't have much of that back then. So this was between 2008 and 2015. And I hate the fact that the Bronx is always the last place to find out about stuff and the last place to get stuff. We it was like we did not have much good varieties and things wasn't really cheap. It was a lot more cheaper for food than it was clothes and milk and diapers. It's like, you know how insanely expensive that is? $30 a can of milk for babies. So just imagine all the supplies and everything else you got to get. Diapers back then, okay, I'm not going to say diapers was that expensive back then because it was some as cheap as $5, but still, it was like it was so freaking expensive. It was like certain stores out here was like $20, $30 for diapers. And I'm saying here, like, what's going on? No one would ever tell me about these things. Like, I had to find out by myself by walking to these places, and I wasn't even fully aware of looking at stuff online. Like, this is what I'm saying now in 2020, where everything is online, everything is, brand new stores is being put up, and now you starting to see more resources heading your way. It's like I don't have my kids now. That's why I was like, yo, sometimes I really do be upset with myself because now that all of this stuff is up here and is available to us, I don't have my kids. So it's like I do want another kid, but now I know how to budget my money and now I know where to go to for cheaper stuff instead of having to waste so much money on one or two items. Because just imagine having a small budget and you got to go for milk and diapers and clothes. Milk alone is what's going to break your pockets. So it was like, it's not that people don't want kids, it's that always the first 2 years, no, the first 3 years of you having a kid and they drinking Similac or powdered milk, whatever it is, that's expensive. So you can't wait till they turn 4 or 5 years old because that's when they get to drink regular milk. And I'm saying like, well, goodness gracious. I was like, as far as that goes, it doesn't matter if it was 10, 20 years ago or now. Those canned milks is going to always be expensive. And now it's more expensive because now it went up to $35. I was like, I can't do that shit. So I wanted to wait until I was financially stable. I wanted to wait till I got married because at that time my husband's gonna be paying for that milk too. Not just me. We both gonna be pitching in for diapers, clothes, milk, supplies, and everything. Furniture. It's ridiculous. Like anybody who started out having kids, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all sitting here spending up to $200 a month for milk. Like, seriously, and I'm not even exaggerating. I wish I was. Come on. I wish I was lying about a lot of stuff, but you go into these supermarkets and these stores and you see how much they charge you just for milk and Pampers. So, okay, so 20 times 4 for the Pampers. So, it's like you're spending $80. And it's like, what in the God name is going on? What, like, seriously, what? I'm trying to figure out why is it so expensive? Why people are sitting here spending this enormous amount of money. This makes you not want to have any kids. And people kept telling me to think about it. Trust and believe, I've been thinking about it for the past 7 years. I was like, do I want another kid? Ever since I had my last daughter. Okay, 5 years ago, I had my daughter. And she alone made me realize I didn't want to have kids no time soon. So I said I'd give myself another 5 years. So 5 years later, 2020, I'm still thinking about it. I don't think I want any more kids. It's like I do, but I don't because it's so expensive. It's not okay. So we're taking out the part of the labor pains and the stretch marks and all this stuff. I'm not worrying about that. Not even the morning sickness. And the morning sickness will get me too. But just the milk alone, the supplies to get to, feed the baby as far as brushes, bottles, clothes, furniture for the baby, everything. It's like, and you're alone. I was like, please, ladies out here, I do not recommend you to try to have this baby by yourself, especially if you don't have the income to do it. A lot of females out here are strong enough and they find resources to get the money to feed their kids and to clothe and buy furniture for the kids. If you can't afford to even buy yourself furniture, it's like how you able to afford to buy a kid furniture. So like I say, I'm still thinking about it. I am not having no kids no time soon. I'm not in a rush to have any kids. I'm not even that old yet. I'm only 34. So I have about 6, 7 years more left to go. So I spoke to my doctor about having kids, and she said that the longest I could wait to is in my mid 40s, and that's if I take care of myself very well. So I've been sitting here struggling with my health problems for a while, and me trying to take care of myself, it's been a struggle, but I'm seeing results. Just alone within these 7 months of being a pandemic. I was about to say the wrong word. I had lost a good 15 pounds and I wasn't even trying. So off of me just eating small meals or sometimes I don't eat at all, it caused me to lose weight. And then I started adapting to tea more. I was drinking tea and then I was like, okay, I noticed with the amount of tea I was drinking, it was causing me to not crave for any more caffeine and stuff like that. But every now and then, it's like when I do get the craving for caffeine, I make my own coffee rather than going out and buying it. That also saves me a lot of money too. And I save a lot of money from going to these bakeries and these other coffee shops, buying a shitload of things. I can make everything myself, so I guess that's like the best part about it. But seriously, let me know what y'all think about this. Like, do y'all think it's really worth having a kid? Like, other than giving the love and everything to them, it's like, yeah, you want to spoil the kid with everything, but it's like, is it really worth it? Because if you don't have the income for it and you're not in a relationship with nobody, it's like, do you want to risk being broke, going broke for a kid? I say money wise, we have all the time in the world. We could wait. But seriously, it's like, I don't know. It's like I didn't want to disappoint my future husband because I was like feeling 2 or 3 years I would be married, and what if he wants a kid? And I'm saying here like, but we gotta get our money together first. Like financially, we gotta be on point. So I don't know. That's just it. I'll see y'all later.